The Oakland-based BrightSource Energy Company is now building a 5.6 square mile solar energy project in northeast San Bernardino County near the Nevada border. This project will feature thousands of mirrors that focus heat onto what's called a tower power, basically a boiler on a tower about 500 feet tall. And the steam from 3 towers at this site will generate enough electricity for about 140,000 homes. Company officials say they expect the first juice to be flowing by the end of the year. The company, however, has even bigger plans for a project in eastern Riverside County near the town of BLYTHE. It's called the Rio Mesa Project because of its proximity to the Colorado River. It would cover nearly 12 square miles on a mesa above the Palo Verde agricultural region. It would generate enough electricity for as many as 300,000 homes. Earlier this month, BrightSource officials hosted a tour of the site with members of the California Energy Commission, which must permit the facility if it is to go forward, as well as civic leaders and other interested parties. The project, however, must go through thorough environmental reviews before it can be approved by both the state and federal government. One major concern already identified by state and federal wildlife officials, as well as some of the environmentalists, is how this project will affect birds. One concern is that the birds will fly into the hot area near the boilers at the top of the power towers and burn. The other is that they may crash into the mirrors and other structures at the project site. Some lessons may be learned from an experimental project done by Southern California Edison in the early 80s near the Mojave Desert town of Barstow. At this Solar One facility, as it was called, the scientists tracked bird fatalities for a little more than 10 months starting in 1982. They found that 70 birds died. They were from 26 different species. How the birds died was noteworthy. 81%, or 57 of the birds, died by crashing into the mirrors or other structures at the facility. The rest died because they flew into the heat zone near the boilers. The scientists concluded that project's impact on bird life was minimal, but they also suggested that tower power technology not be used near farm fields or open water because those types of places attract birds. The BLYTHE area is a birding hotspot. Not only are there farm fields nearby, it's also close to the Colorado River, which is part of the Pacific Flyway, an important route for migrating birds. It is only 5.8 miles from the Cibola National Wildlife Refuge, which is just on the Arizona side of the Colorado River. That refuge is home for 288 bird species, including several types of waterfowl and many migratory birds. State and federal wildlife officials have asked for at least a year of studies and surveys to determine what kind of birds, how many birds, and how they may be affected by this project. These discussions about birds are occurring after wildlife predictions didn't go so well last year at the Ivanpah project now under construction in northeast San Bernardino County. The Ivanpah project is in desert tortoise habitat and the species is threatened with extinction. Company officials, before they broke ground, expected to find maybe 36 tortoises at the site based on some surveys of the site they had done a few years prior to that. But when they broke ground, they got more than they bargained for. At one point, the project had to be stopped in several areas because far more tortoises were found than were expected. A team of nearly 100 wildlife biologists the company hired have captured about 96 tortoises at the site that are now held in captivity. A decision on the BLYTHE project may be well over a year off, but certainly the committee will be lobbied hard about jobs.
Sometimes we've got to step out in faith. We're proud to be here now. We're proud to be a part of this community, and we hope that this project goes through and brings more prosperity to me and other union people, and not just us, but people in the community that needs work too.
This is Dave Danowski reporting for the Press Enterprise newspaper and PE.com.